Wicked Part 1 is out now in cinemas globally. I saw it this past weekend. Let's have a chat about it. I'm Harry. This is the Review Lab. Let's get into it. Wicked Part 1 is set within the land of Oz and takes place primarily before the events of The Wizard of Oz. It follows the story of Elphaba, who is also known as the Wicked Witch of the West, and how she meets Glinda, who becomes known to be Glinda the Good, how they meet through university, and the journey they then go on. It's directed by John M. Chu. It stars Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande, Jonathan Bailey, Jeff Goldblum, Michelle Yeoh, and many more. This is based off the musical of the same name that originated way back in 2003. That musical was a loose adaptation of a book by Gregory Maguire that's called The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West, and that was written back in 1995. And then, of course, you have the original film, The Wizard of Oz, that was released in 1939. Now, this film has been in development for years and has gone through many different directors. However, when John Chu, who also directed Crazy Rich Asians, stepped on board, the film started to take fruition. Soon, the leads in Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande was cast as Elphaba and Glinda respectively, and it was announced that the film would be told in 2 parts, with the first film covering the first half of the musical. Now, Part 1 alone has a reported budget of $150 million, and at the time of recording, the film's only been out 3 days and has made a whopping $164.2 million. $114 million of that was just for its domestic opening alone, and has made it the biggest opening weekend for a musical ever. Going into this film, I wasn't too sure what to expect, but I was blown away. This film is exceptional. From its opening moments, the director immediately grabs you and doesn't let go until the ending of the terrific cliffhanger finale. The world of Oz they have created is truly stunning to behold. The film's use of practical sets really helped immerse me in the film's story. Now, I will say, for this first film, it is primarily set at Shiz University as opposed to the rest of Oz, but you do get to see some of Munchkinland and Emerald City, and it all does look fantastic. It's the 2 leads of the film, however, that really, really shine in this film. Their chemistry is fantastic and they bounce lines off one another easily. Every scene that had either one of them or both of them in was a joy to watch. I really liked seeing these characters and their journeys both together and separately. Of course, both are fantastic singers. Ariana's rendition of Popular being a particular highlight for her character, which she oozed charisma and charm whilst performing, while Cynthia's rendition of Defying Gravity left me with goosebumps. Now, speaking of Defying Gravity, it's no secret to those that have seen the show or know anything of the show or the film that Defying Gravity is what ends Act 1. So ultimately, it's what ends Part 1 of this film adaptation. And it does this with ease. It is an absolutely outstanding sequence where Cynthia shines and she belts out this song, and she truly is incredible. Now, other highlights of the movie included Jonathan Bailey's Fiyero. He brings a certain wit to each scene he's featured in, and I really enjoyed the character of Boq, who is slightly awkward but still lovable. I look forward to seeing more of them too in Part 2. Now, the only part of the film that held me back is that in some of the songs you couldn't always hear the lyrics and it could all blur into one, but I don't know if that was down to the cinema and the sound system that it had, but it did affect my overall viewing of the film. Now, overall, Wicked Part 1 is a fantastic film. It's directed beautifully and features amazing performances and has a final act that will leave you speechless. It paves the way to what will hopefully be a very satisfying conclusion when Part 2 releases next year. The Review Lab score of Wicked Part 1 is 4.5 out of 5. Have you seen Wicked Part 1 yet? What did you think? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.